Today is orientation time. Well, welcome back, YouTube. It's your boy Charles with GrimReapertransport. Hope everybody had a great holiday. I'm back on the road, as you can see. Today we're going to talk about orientation, or just before you arrive to orientation. The number one thing in this business is that you're going to be away from home if you're trying to make money. If you're always running back to the house, you're not going to make anything. So I'm not telling you not to go home, and I'm not telling you not to run like crazy. You're going to have to find that balance yourself. Remember, I'm only here to give you suggestions, my opinion, and educate you on the things that you're going to encounter. It's up to you to decide how you're going to deal with it. But, you know,
there's a stalled vehicle ahead.
My father always taught me that I could tell you how it's going to turn out, but it's up to you to decide whether or not you want to whether or not you want to go through it or take his advice and take the precautions needed to avoid having to go through a situation which may cause you time, money, and success. So that's the only reason why I'm here. Well, first things first, if you're in a relationship, married, got kids, hopefully you talk this over with the family to make sure that they understand what you're about to do, how much time you will be gone away from home. How you will expect not to be giving added frustration from home, should I say, while you're dealing with the frustrations on the road. Little stuff like that. But make sure you stress the fact on how long you plan on being on the road, because some people will say, "Oh yeah, I can deal with that. It's no problem," until it actually happens. So talk. Communication. That's it. Download a video feature, a video chat feature, a video app on your phones. You can do video chats back and forth, call, but make it apparent that certain areas don't always pick up good cell signal, including data signal. So they won't be stressing about why you didn't call, why this and that. Explain this stuff. Don't get upset, but explain it. Sometimes you'll be sitting in the area 1 or 2 days. And if it's dealing with the weather, such as snow, you might be stuck in that area for 2 to 3 days. So they have to take that in consideration. But if you can, send a text message. And trust me, it's kind of good to send a text message, because if your text message is set up right, it'll try to attempt to resend that text message when it catches a signal. So it might catch a signal and you don't know you have a signal, and it'll send that text message. So it keep folks at ease. Let's get to orientation. All right, you go into orientation. Now you need to know what to expect and what you're gonna need when you get there. Well, on your way to orientation, first things first, you got to decide whether you're gonna sleep in your vehicle or you're gonna get a hotel. Either one you decide, that's coming out of your pocket. There is no reimbursement. The good thing about coming onto a company, you could use some of their little perks. Like hotel discounts. You come to Gosha for your orientation, every hotel around Gosha gives transporters a discount. It's not a real big discount, but it's enough. And if you're already a Choice member or a Hilton member, a Marriott member, Holiday Inn member, and you already got points, you have some points, you can use those points to save you money. So you just, hey, in this biz, you have to use your head. Any way that you can save $1, save it. Except when it comes to safety. Never jeopardize your safety on trying to save a buck. Everything I told you in the previous video about equipment, yes, I got the equipment cheaper, but the equipment is still safe. So, coming to orientation, that's your first two decisions you have to make before you get here. Are you going to stay in a hotel or are you going to stay in your truck? If you're going to stay in your truck, if you still got your back seats in, hopefully you can grab you a couple of pieces of plywood and some 2x4s to make you a little platform in the back seat. Get you a memory foam mattress or an air mattress. Put back there and jump in the back of the truck with your sleeping bag or with your sheets and quilt, whichever one. But I tell you guys, if you decide to sleep in the truck, everybody's going out trying to buy these all pretty, glamorous quilts and comforters. All that's doing is getting bulky and bulkier back there. You really don't want to get your back seat all bulky, and because that's more stuff you got to deal with. My suggestion would be get your sleeping bag. You can unzip your sleeping bag all the way out and it'll open up like a blanket. What I would suggest that you get is a sleeping bag that says 30 degrees or anything below that drops below 30 degrees. It will keep you warm in the truck while doing to the winter times like I'm in right now. I have one. I actually got two. The other one's at the house. I meant to switch them out because this one's red and I hate looking at the red all the time, but I like my black one better. But I think one's bigger than the other one, so I haven't looked at that. What else? But I will bring a sheet set so I can put the sheets over my mattress, and I have my sheet to cover myself up with, and then I have my sleeping bag on the top. That's it. Easy. And then the thing about it is, if you weigh something on your sleeping bag, you can kind of get it off, especially if you got it on the right side. You can wipe it off, good to go. The next thing is budget money for food or bring your own food. We have several restaurants up in Goshen. Several. from what I already done seen, we got the typical restaurants like Burger King, McDonald's, Taco Bell. We got a Little Caesar pizza. I think they got a Domino's too. We got a Chinese buffet, all you can eat. What's that burger joint? Curves or I can't even think of it. It starts with a C, blue letters. But we have that restaurant up here too. They got an Applebee's. I believe they got a Chili's, a Longhorn. They got a place called Wings and Etc. They got a few things up here. So if you want to eat, you can eat. Just make sure you budget for your meals while you're here, your hotel stay. Remember I said in the previous video, make sure you find out what insurance company that your transport company deals with. Get the contact information, call them and talk to them and get an estimate on what you're gonna need for a deposit for your insurance, so you can have that as well. Let's see. All right, first day of orientation. I really can't go into detail of what's all expected in orientation, but I can tell you the orientations that I went through and what we done. I'm just not gonna name which company it was with.
Welcome to Georgia.
I'm heading into Tennessee. Already been in Tennessee. Now I'm back in Georgia. Then I'm gonna go back into Tennessee again. It's how they got the border set up. I'm on my way back to Goshen now. But excuse my GPS. Orientation is gonna go over the do's and don'ts of what the company expects you to do and don't do. It's basically outlining everything about the company. Some of them might do the history of the company. Some of them might give you some stories about how they got in the company, your expectations with the company. They might go over money management, but we all grown, so we should be able to manage our money, even though I know there are grown people out there that still can't manage their money. They'll just go ahead and spend it because they have it. And we do. Both companies that I done drove for, we have drivers that actually get their money, spend all their money, and call back and ask for the rest of their advance, or they can't deliver the load. It's a trip, a straight trip. I can't believe it.
In half a mile, keep right to stay on I-24 West.
I laugh about it. I don't understand the logic. You know you got a load to deliver, but you're gonna spend your money before you go
Keep
deliver
right
the load.
to stay on I-24 West.
Don't make no sense. Yes, you keep hearing me saying they'll spend their money,
Continue on I-24 West for 116 miles.
Which in the transport industry, they do give you an advance, whether it be 30%, 50%, 40%, 60% of whatever the load that you choose to deliver. They give you a percentage of that load that you're going to get paid for up front, so you could be able to pay for your fuel, pay for your little food, your snacks on the way there, maybe pay for tolls, pay for washes. They're going to give you this advance for that. It's not for you to go out and spend on a bunch of stuff and then you expect them to give you some money afterwards, give you the rest of it afterwards, so you go ahead and deliver it. No. The main reason why that's a no is because you could be saying you spend your money and they give you the other half of the advance and you don't deliver the load. Now they just paid you all your money for that load and you ain't even delivered it to where it needs to go. That's put them in the bind, and that's put them in the negative. They're not going to do that. They're going to hold you responsible for that load, and you're going to have to get it delivered one way or another. I'm surprised they haven't even got to the point of terminating folks when they do this, because it is ridiculous. That's not how you do business. Yes, when you come on, you're your own boss. You can say that. You're an independent contractor. So you can come on as your own business. Some of you looking at me like, hold on, come on as my own business? Yeah, you can come on as your own business. Short rundown, I came on as my own business. I had my EIN number. I gave them my business EIN number, and this is what at the end of the year when I get my 1099, it's going to come out for my business, not for me personally. So now I budget my money as if I'm a business. So when I get paid by them, my advances and all that stuff, that goes into my business account. Then I pay myself from my business account. Boom. I give myself a check. Whether it be $300, $400, $500, that's going to be me. The rest of the money goes into the business where it pays for my truck, the insurance, equipment for my truck. But if you have family at home, like me, I pay myself a lump sum after so many weeks to take care of the bills at home. So that's covered. And I still got my business money in my business account. So if that's what you want to do, get your EIN number, check the state that you're in, because in Georgia we have to get an EIN number and we have to get an LLC in order to open a business account in Georgia. Now I'm talking about a corporate business account. I do corporate business accounts. I'm not doing one of those little basic business accounts because I'm trying to establish my business. So whenever I decide to go off on my own, if I decide to go off on my own, that business has some credibility to it. The bank account's been there for a while. I try not to have it in a negative. If it does go in a negative, I take it out real quick. I don't play with that account. All right. So, like I was saying back in the orientation, they might go over that. They're gonna go over hygiene, which is I can't believe this though, but this is another one of those things I can't believe people just don't understand. Hygiene is important when you're dealing in a business. You shouldn't be smelling like a goat, skunk, onion, and whatever else mixed when you pull up at the client. Whether it be personal client or the dealership, you shouldn't be smelling that way. You shouldn't be smelling like ass. Just no. You trying to beat the clock. Oh yeah, I was trying to beat the clock. Well, look, before you started to that dealership, it's just like you might have been driving for 4 days. The fourth day, you know you was gonna be at the dealership. That third night, you should have stopped and took a shower, aired out your truck, spray something in your truck, something, and get to the dealership so you don't be smelling. It's just ridiculous. That is just nasty. I don't see how drivers do that. But there are drivers out there to do that in this industry and in the big truck industry. It is ridiculous. It is nasty. You got drivers that go in and say they took a shower and they in the shower for like 5 minutes and they walking back out. They ain't taking no shower. That's like a little child. When you tell a little child to go get in the shower, they jump in, get the water on their body, and they get out and say they took a shower. Come on. You grown. You go in the shower, man, you go to these truck shops, there is no limit. Once you walk in that shower, there is no limit. That shower does not open back up until you walk back out of it. That's it. So you can sit in there 20 minutes, 30 minutes, shower, lather up. Let that soap sink in. Get that smell on you. Wash off. Take your time. Do your hair. Tape your face. Do whatever. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no rush thing. Do you? You got to be clean. You have to keep your hygiene up. Brush your teeth. You mess around and forget one day that, oh man, I forgot to brush my teeth today. And you about to pull up to the client. Do like I do. I keep gum over my door. Just in case. Because there are times you do forget. You might be done went through the motions, did everything, showered, cleaned your face that day, everything. Deodorant on, boom. Damn, I forgot to brush my teeth. I'm about to pull up. I got some gum. Pop some gum in your mouth, get to chewing, and get to work. That gum got you covered for right then. You good. Stay on top of your hygiene. Drivers, please, male and female, stay on top of your hygiene. I'm not your dad, I'm not your mama, but this is some of the things that I do see and smell. You don't want nobody walking up in your face with the funk dragon breath or walk past you and you can smell them. They could be on walk past the path that you about to cross and they don't cross the path 10 minutes ago and you can still smell them. You don't want to be that person. So keep your hygiene up. Now, also in orientation, they're going to go into the breakdown of their departments. You know, their financial department, their safety department, their recruiting department, dispatch department, all of this stuff. I'm going to tell you about all of them. They're going to also give you information on how to stay in contact with these departments. They're going to give you emergency contacts for, like, if you get an accident, they're going to issue an accident report sheet that you'll have to turn in every time you do get an accident. You got to turn that paper in. Then they might give you a sheet also that when you get in an accident, it's just like big trucks. You're using your vehicle for commercial use, so you will have to do a drug test in whatever area that you're in at that time. So they would tell you what where a drug testing agency is in that area, and that's where you have to go, and you have to take that sheet with you to make sure you wasn't drinking, you ain't high, that type of stuff. And so on. They will also go over with you on orientation on how to hook up your trailers, how to hook up and disconnect. Don't know who the company is that you might go to. They might get into that down to the detail. And then they will have you actually hook up to a trailer so they can make sure that you understand what you're doing. And so if you have a fifth wheel in the back of your truck, they want you to hook up to a fifth wheel. So then make sure you know how to hook up to a fifth wheel. If you're just doing bumper pulls, they're going to have you hook up to the bumper pulls, put your sway bars on and everything, and make sure you know how to put everything together and pull it. Then they're going to take you on a little drive test. It's nothing major. It's just that you're going to hook up to the trailer, do your little pre-trip, make sure all the lights work, the brakes work. So the passenger seat, make sure you got it empty. Cause they have to get in the truck and ride with you. Once again, when they tell you, oh, the next day they doing driver tests, make sure you clear out your passenger seat. Put everything in the passenger seat, in the back seat. Because they have to ride with you doing this test. They will check your equipment. And if you don't know the equipment you need, go back to my previous video. It's my previous video is 2 or 3. That's the equipment. That's the equipment video. That's the one before this one. Once you go through that, you're gonna come back. They're gonna go over your contracts. They might do that beforehand, but I know they're gonna go over your contracts. Read your contracts. You got any questions, ask them. Don't be scared. Say, hey, I got a question. It might sound stupid, but I just need to know because I just might need to hear it just for it to make sense. Ask the question. Then this is when you'll start getting in contact with the insurance company. Remember, there's more than one insurance company. So ask them for all the ones they deal with, and you can call around like I was telling you to do in the beginning before you come to orientation. You can call around to all of them and see who has the best deals for the down payment and then your monthly payment. So me myself, I went with the company called CCR, or they also known as Transportation Insurers. I went with them because it was cheaper, I guess. The other good part is if you have a CDLs, that works to your advantage a little bit because it kind of knocks your insurance down a little bit because they see how much experience you have. Especially if you've driven over the road with your CDLs, you let them know you did how many years over the road, and it deducts some from your policy. It'll bring your policy down a little bit. Once you get all that squared away, especially your insurance, they're not going to let you go on any runs until they confirm that you have your insurance policy. Every insurance policy has your safety's email. So when you apply for them and you tell them who you're working for at that point, once you pay your deposit, they will send them a copy of your insurance after you done paid for after you paid your deposit. Once that happens, oh, that's the other thing. Yes, they're gonna go over with you on how to pick your loads in orientation, whether they have a load board, an email load board, whatever it is, an app, whatever. They're also gonna go over with you with the logbook and with an e-log, which everybody's using the Keep Trucking e-log. So if you don't know nothing about it, since you're here on YouTube, go ahead and look it up on YouTube, and you'll see some of the ways to work it. You can even the app they're using is Keep Trucking, and Keep Trucking does have a instructional video on YouTube, so you can see how to work it before you get there. If you don't know how to work it, you still don't understand it when you get there, talk to them and they'll walk you through it. I believe that was it. I think that's it about orientation. Take a little test at the end of orientation. Some of this stuff I had went over in my previous video and equipment video, so please forgive me. But you'll see it. It's at the end of the video, which will tie right into what we're talking about now. But I appreciate it. And like always, hit the subscribe button, thumbs up, give me a thumbs up if you like the video. If you don't like the video, give me a thumbs up anyway. Oh, I'm sorry, that sun just hit the camera at the wrong angle. There we go. Give me a thumbs up, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. And once you hit the notification bell, hit all, so you can get all my videos that I drop on this channel. I will be doing more videos, but I wanted to go through this step-by-step video, 3-step process, applying for the job, searching for the job and applying for it, searching for equipment, where to get your equipment for lower prices, if not just where to get it, and then this one, your orientation. If you guys want to see videos on hooking up and disconnecting fifth wheel campers or bumper pulls, sorry about that light again, it got me again, I'm sorry. Leave it in the comments below, or send me an email and tell me that's what you want. My email will be listed below as well. If y'all want those videos, no problem. If you're confused on certain things about hooking up, shoot me a message in my email. I will get back with you, and more than likely I will do a video on it, just to explain that part that you're not understanding. You're my good people. I love YouTube. I love my audience. However many it wind up being, but I love you guys and girls. Please don't take no offense. I'm not trying to be sexist. I'm just used to saying you guys. But you hear me say that goes for both, man and woman. So we gonna cut that off right now. If you have any other questions, yeah, like I said, comments on my email, and I get back with you. I would go over the bed setups, but it's a lot of videos out there on your bed setups, whether to remove your passenger seat in one of the back seats or remove your whole back seats. It's a lot of them. If I decide to lower my bed, I'll do the video and show you guys what I done. If I decide to put it back over my passenger seat, I'll do it. Just for you guys, you know, just for you. I won't do it for nobody else, but I'll do it for you. Let's see, yeah, we on 33 minutes. I gotta cut this short so I get this intro put in here. But YouTube, I love you. Help me get my subscriptions up to 1,000 subscribers. Help me get my subscribers up to 1,000. So go ahead and like, share my videos too. Share them, please. Share them with everybody. Like, subscribe, share. Let's get up to 1,000 subscribers, and I believe I'll start doing some live. Start going live once I hit my 1,000, and after the 1,000, I'm gonna start working on something else. I think I'm gonna start working on some merch if you guys want it. So this is Charles with Grim Reaper Transport. Remember, out here, this road might be grim, but reap all the money that it'll provide you.